Hey there guys, it's me again, and we're back in Adventure Plains. I've kind of overcome my inspirational struggle. I knew what I wanted to build, or at least I did build something. It wasn't quite as satisfying as I hoped to in the beginning, but it turned out really well, and I got more into it the more I built it. So that's something I really can recommend to you. If you have anytime you have the feeling that you are kind of burned out or don't know what you want to do, just go in and start, and even start slowly and look where it's going, and then probably you will end up with something you really like. That's essentially what happened here for me. And to summarize what is happening in this episode, before I'm talking about all this philosophical stuff, wow, words are hard, is that we are going to build the plaza in front of Jormungadir, our RMC single rail coaster. We're going to shape out this area really far, actually. So we built the plaza, we built some kind of foliage around it, we added a shop, we added a nice sign to the coaster so it has an actual name. And we do the queue area for Mjolnir, the topspin flat ride. And now we build this kind of, how is it called? I have no idea what it's called. I have a total blackout, to be honest. This path cover, let's call it that. This path cover here we're building right now, in the colors of Jormungadir, so we keep the area kind of in theme. Especially with those blue wall fence toppings there. We have on the stairs up to the plaza and on the sides, the railings. So we still have the feeling that everything belongs to Jormungadir, even if there is some kind of blue in it. Here you see me trying to put in some plants, but I realize it just doesn't work out. Just looked bad, so I just removed it, and now it's very plain, but it looks better, and I actually think that is something that would happen in a real theme park. So to have plants there would be too much. Now we cover up those path things we couldn't hide because we can't turn them off on elevated paths, which is really annoying still. And I hope that will get removed someday. Together with path collision, by the way, for a terrain at least, because that is something I really had a problem with too this episode. But we'll get to that later. Right now we are building the planter for the path here. And again using this neat earth texture I like so much for the planter. And just to get a little bit more shadow into the area and a little bit more nature, so it doesn't look that plain and boring and ugly. And we make it usable for the guests. I hope it works good enough. I think I adjusted it, yes I did. I hope the guests will actually really sit on it without having the legs sunk in some parts of it. And I thought I cut that out, but I didn't. That what you see right now is... I will cut it out. Because it... No, I won't. I will leave it in. It's just... I tried to build a round building, and it didn't really fit in the area, and I couldn't get it done as I wanted to, and it turned out way too big, and nah, it wasn't good. Now I do a little bit of terraforming for the area where the sign will be for Jormungadir, with some kind of little water play, probably the right word, I don't know, in front of it. And I actually took a lot of inspiration for this from Peregrine. Again, something out of Planet Podcoaster. You guys know them probably, so I don't have to plug them too much, but that's where I got the idea from. I really like the queue from Peregrine there. It's just like with all the retaining walls and how it's sinking into the terrain and using all those little terrain shifts and everything. That is really nice, and I wanted to copy that. And here you can see me building the custom sign for Jormungadir. And again, some techniques I learned from Max Bandit, one of the bros. I just learned so much stuff. Maybe it's just right for you to assume that nearly everything I learned in Planet Coaster comes from those guys. It's just, I don't know. Anyways, the technique to make signs good, and by that I don't mean how to make those letters that I do right now, because that is not that hard, but what is coming next. Giving the sign depth by just shifting it a little bit, like I just did. And yeah, that worked out really great. Right now you can see me trying to build a dragon head. It works, kind of, but it looks way too friendly. I change it later a little bit, I think, but not enough. And I have ideas how to make it look more dangerous, because I don't think the sign for an RMC single rail coaster that is that intense as Jormungandr is should look that cute. So I will change it, but I will see how. It won't be major changes. I will just change it slightly, so it just fits more the mood of the coaster. And you can see me try adding some brows so it looks a little bit more angry. Meh. Didn't really work that well. I have to do something about that. Yeah. Now adding a little bit of depth to the sign to hide the arch shapes in the back, because they aren't flat. Which actually is a great thing, by the way. That was not me complaining or something. And now we add lighting, something I didn't touch on that much in the build of Adventure Plains. A little bit in the beginning, I think, but not too much. And here I wanted that this to light up the sign so it looks nice even in the night, and kind of dangerous. Hence the red and yellow lights. And now I think I will move it shortly to its ending location. Yeah, just adding those foundations here. And now we put it in where it should stay. And that's its place. It lives there now. And yeah, I think it adds a lot of character to the whole area. And especially together with this sign and this entrance wall thingy I'm building here for it. So I never noticed, by the way, that we have more fonts. I am kind of stupid, probably, but I never knew that we had more fonts than the first 4. I never tried to scroll down in that menu. Either that is something new, or I'm just dumb. And that is not entirely impossible, because sometimes I am really dumb. But now I found out, and I really like the font. It really fits the area. And I like the idea that this whole theming of this area is just done by the sign and the entrance sign here. So everything that is themed here are just those 2 signs, and everything else is just generic forest and plaza stuff. So no heavy theming like we have in the Copenhagen town area. That is something I actually find really great, and it feels so nice in the end how everything comes together. It really feels like it could be in a theme park, and that is exactly what I want to achieve with this park. I don't want it to be the most beautiful and most detailed theme park you've ever seen, because of 2 reasons. First, that doesn't interest me to build, and second, I'm too bad for it, probably. I'm not that good of an artist to do that stuff. So this is perfect for me, and it worked out so great. Here I had to trick a little bit to hide those gaps again. But that worked out fine in the end. It looks actually really great when we add the ivy in just a second. And I probably will continue this retaining wall up to the point where it gets even with the floor again. Because it just gives this great feeling when you walk into the entrance that you are just encased in this valley, and you walk into the dangerous domain of the dragon. Kind of like the idea behind the Peregrine Queue again. And here we have something that is great now and turns out bad later, because I realized that this building is way too big for just keeping the staircase closed up from the outside. So I just keep this inside stuff in there, the inner walls, and remove everything else. So the building will be kind of narrow, but that is fine. It looks better. But we have a problem with terrain and path collision in that regard, because we cannot get the terrain level to the walls. So I had to use a lot of the earth texture candy trick again, and foliage. And it works okay, but is very suboptimal. And I would like it so much if we have the possibility to at least level terrain to the level of the path we have there. That would be great. I don't need the collision turned off so much that I can put a hill in the middle of the path. That would be great too, but I could live without that. But all those gaps next to paths, if we terraform around paths, are just annoying. And I hope that will get removed someday in the future. By the way, the one bench I just put there I will remove because it has clipping issues that I cannot get back away. I mean, and now we're going to start building a shop here. It's just a small fast food shop where you can get your burgers and milkshakes and then walk around the park. Maybe that is actually a good idea. Maybe we will use the anniversary update in this area, and that is something I didn't talk about yet, but the anniversary update was announced, and we will get picnic tables, working picnic tables, woo! So we can actually build working restaurants, and we'll see how flexible they are. I saw the round tables with the round benches where people can sit down and eat. I really hope those aren't the only ones, like we get some stuff that is flexible that we can sink into our own built furniture, so we can still design stuff but it works. But that is probably very, very wishful thinking, but I can still hope. It would be great if it would work that way, and if it does, we can do a lot with it. And even if it doesn't, the possibility that we can build working restaurants is great. So I like the update for that. And design-wise, there isn't much more that really interests me. The water coaster is okay. I'm not disappointed, that would be the wrong word. I'm kind of sad that it doesn't interact with the water we have in the game, but is like the water rides we have right now. So it doesn't dip into the sea or into the lake, but it does dip into its own kind of set piece. And that was to be reckoned with, but I hope that someday we will get those water interaction, but probably that will take too much of our performance, or they aren't ready for it yet. I don't know, but the ride overall is okay. Yeah, by the way, you saw me taking the camera. That was because I saw the scale of this recycling bin is just completely stupid. Because if you place a peep next to it, the peep could put its eyes above the lid if it stood on its tiptoes, and that is just weird. No recycle bin in the world should be that big. But yeah, I still use it because it's the only one we have, and I'm too lazy to build my own, and I think textureless would look bad, so I can live with it. But I only noticed it here. I don't know why. Probably because I built this whole thing very small and placed it directly next to a door. That could be a reason why I recognized the problem. Anyways, yeah, I was talking about the Poseidon coaster, the water coaster one, and it's cool. I think we can do great stuff with it. I'm kind of disappointed that we don't get to interact with the lake water itself, but meh, it's okay. I'm kind of sad actually right now. I realized that now that the one would be fitting way better to the Copenhagen area than the log flume, but the log flume is great too, and we need a log flume, and I don't want to build it in any other theme, so we'll keep that. I'm not going to rip out the whole thing, don't worry. Maybe we will add a water coaster, maybe not. I'm kind of set on what coasters I do want to have where, but there is a whole area of the park. Like, if you were heading further into the park from the looping coaster, from the Vekoma one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do to the left of that. I have some ideas, but I have a lot of ideas for that area, and we'll see what will turn out to be the one that I use. Maybe there will be the place for a water coaster. I actually really want to build a hyper coaster there, or an RMC hybrid one. I'm not sure because we already have a GCI Woody, and I don't know how I feel about having two wooden coasters in my park, but we'll see about that. I will decide that when I get there. At first I want to finish the areas I already have set, like the New Orleans one will be the next one, and of course we have to finish Scandinavia. After New Orleans there will be the... I was planning to make it an alpine area, but I'm thinking of turning it into a Nepalesian area. Like, that is probably more interesting than this generic Alpine thing that everybody has done like 10,000 times already. And we'll see about that. Because it also should be realistic, and I have the Alpine theme in my main street and probably have to put it in somewhere, and if not there, I don't know where, but we'll see about that. I have the idea for a Nepalesian mountainish area. Maybe we'll put it to the left of the Alpine area and just make the transition in the mountainish area from Alpine to Nepalesian, then go back into the valley into another theme or so. We will see. There is a lot of space actually on that side. That's why I'm thinking that much about what is going there, because I was building all this stuff here and then I saw, oh, I have like only half the park used by planned stuff in my head already, and there is so much more to come. So there's a lot I can use. I actually have the plans to build the home of the park owners on the park itself. So we have to keep that in mind too, that we don't build too much and then have no space left for that. Yeah, but anyways, let's talk more about the update actually, because I don't think the queue building here is too interesting to talk about. Just placing stones and fences and stuff. But the update itself was... not disappointing. The update itself is good as it is. I'm not a manager, so that I, as a person, am not that hyped about what is coming, because we get like stuff like staff management and scenario editor. That is given by nature, and then that is fine. They can't please everyone with every update, and I'm happy for the guys that really want to have a good management game and see that they aren't ignored, that Frontier cares about those people, and that is a great thing for them. For me, meh, but I don't need everything for every update. I'm happy with that other people get their fair share. But what I'm actually really surprised by is how this whole thing was handled. We had this big expo that was so hyped, and nothing really big was shown there. Nothing. We had like Jurassic Park as a panel, and there was a little bit of dev talk, but nothing was shown. We got like this 2-minute trailer that showed us in-game graphics, but none gameplay. No gameplay. Nothing whatsoever. We still don't know what it is going to be. Is it going to be a design game, or what I think and hope, is it going to be a management game? That would be way better than a design game for Jurassic Park, and we don't know that. We don't know how it plays, how the building works, and that was stuff I was looking forward to for that game, for the Frontier Expo. Like, for months, people were talking about what will be revealed there and were speculating, and that is actually something for Planet Coaster that I personally am really sad about, and that is the lack of anything big for that game. We get the anniversary update, and it is cool what we get, right? It's cool stuff. We wanted that. Everything we get, except for some coasters probably, was something we demanded, and we got it. So we cannot really say Frontier didn't listen to us in that regard. But what I don't understand is, like, the game really is in need of something big, because I myself and other people that play the game on YouTube or a lot don't need new stuff. We can get a lot of playtime out of this. But the casual player, and I read this all the time on Facebook, on Twitter, on Reddit, saying that the game is lackluster in terms of content, that they wanted more rides in the beginning and that they weren't there, and that they don't see the game as finished, and I can't see why. For me it doesn't matter, because I have a lot of fun with it, but a lot of people have this opinion about the game, and I think that this expo was the right time to announce something, or at least tell us something about the DLC policy or something like that, but nothing happened. All they showed us was the anniversary update, and that was way too small for the scale the expo was at. That was confusing me, but I wasn't there, as you might notice, so I only could watch the broadcast. Probably there was something live there that we didn't get to see, the people that were home, only the people that were there. That would be okay for me, but I want to know what that is. I want to have it at least in a list or something. I don't want to see it locked away until the update hits live. So if some of you were at the expo, please tell me if there was something big or more content for the anniversary update that I didn't get to see because I wasn't there. That would be enough for me. But yeah, tell me what you think about the whole whole update topic and stuff like that. Tell me what you think about it, and if you want to discuss with me or other people about that topic, you can do that actually, because I recently started a series, not really a series, but a project called Planet Podcoaster. I already have a video with that one, with Pieces of Prestige together. We're going to stream every 2 weeks and talk about a lot of topics. We have a pilot online in the next few days, I think, where we talk about the expo. And we will go more into the depth of the topic in the next episode. That one will be streamed. The first one is on YouTube. And after that, we will stream all 2 weeks on Twitch. So make sure to check that out. You can follow us on Twitter for that one, actually. So you get all the news. I think it's at Podcoaster with an underscore, pod_coaster. And then you will know what is actually happening. So if you want to discuss about that topic, and if you were disappointed or you want to talk to people that were disappointed by the update, do that there. That would be really great. And yeah, so we are nearly done with the episode, just adding a little bit of foliage there, a little bit more of very, very few stuff, Nietzsche-like style here. And then we're essentially done with the episode. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Great. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.